Things are almost getting out of hand in the car industry, and currently we are witnessing huge drops in prices of both used and original cars. Over the past 3 years, we've seen the development of the biggest car price juggles in history, and now we are about to witness the biggest car price crash in our lifetime. In 2023, however, most analysts are even predicting that car prices will continue to plunge even further throughout this session. The truth is that the collapse has already begun, and even in today's video we have listed some of the cars that have already faced massive price declines so far. If you already own a car and maybe you want to resale it, then this video might just be the right one for you. So make sure that you stick your eyes on this video till the end, so that you don't miss any part of it. Earlier last month, JP Morgan released a study forecasting that the average used car would hit $21,000 by midsummer. This one alone is a direct indication that where the car industry is heading is not going to be a great deal for them. For over 2.5 years, the average new and used car prices kept on going up, assisted by dealer markups, the limited availability of semiconductor chips, slowed production, and a high demand for cars that helped to maintain vehicle prices to record levels, which in turn maximized profits for car dealers. The fall is surprisingly so epic that all over the country, wholesale prices are going down, with experts at Mannheim Consulting estimating a 9% drop for new models and a whopping 26% decline for used cars. As the wholesale prices continue to sink, so do the retail prices as well. Between January 2021 and January 2023, used car prices rose by an impressive 52%, while new cars rose almost by 28%. In this same period still, the median household income in the US saw a 13% increase. But that figure isn't inflation adjusted. If we consider the average inflation of the past 2 years, we actually have only a 7.2% increase in incomes. This means that in the past couple of years, used car affordability went down by almost 40%, and new cars became 15% less affordable without accounting for inflation. In such an environment where buyers are being priced out of the market en masse, a crash is due. Now, did analysts warn about this? That we still don't know. The only thing we can notice is that there is a significant correlation that has started to unfold, but we're already being told that the collapse that's already a stone's throw distance away will be unlike anything we've ever seen before. This will be even worse than what happened during the auto market crisis of 2008. We are slowly moving from a space of no supply to a full art of inventory. That means that the values of many vehicles are dropping much faster than we had expected. A recent report from the UPS estimates that global car production will exceed sales by 6% this year, thereby leaving an excess of around 15 million vehicles that will require price cuts to get sold off. With the growing risks of overproduction and the bullish nature of the current state in the vehicle industry, the automakers are preparing for a price war, and some of them are already slashing prices just to sell off this excess production of cars in the market. A very good example is Tesla's latest price cuts for its new cars, the Model X, that lost over $14,000, or 23% of its value since the beginning of 2023. Tesla is not only experiencing problems with the new cars, but also the brand's used car prices are also dropping. For instance, used Model X has experienced an average drop by $11,000 to $7,500, from $51,250 to $39,976 last month. Used Infiniti QX80 car in 2022 stood at $57,874. And then a year later, the big Infiniti SUV's average price on the used car market is down nearly $12,000 to a reported average of $41,094 in April. That is a 22.3% plunge. Another example is the used version of the Discovery SUV. That is currently sitting at an average price of $40,841, down from its former price. The researchers reported that 1 year ago, though a used Disco was at an average price of $50,173, so it's going down by 19.9% so far. We also have other popular models that are also about to experience major reductions in price, and these include the new Nissan Frontier, which now costs around $39,833 and is expected to drop to $27,146 by the end of 2023. The volatility will even be higher in the used car market. The 3-year-old Toyota Camry that is selling today for $27,404 is going to cost $16,548 before this year ends. The same applies to others like Jeep Compass, the Honda CR-V, and the Toyota RAV4. Up to here, if you have already bought any one of the used models in recent months, the outlook for you going forward might not bring any relief if you decide to resale it. It is also very important to appreciate that used vehicles values increased by a whopping 88% since 2020, so we should all be expecting a very brutal form of declines in the coming few months. To add on, when consumers drive a car out of a dealership, 10 to 20% of the car's value is usually lost almost immediately. This can make the losses sound even greater. The current problems, such as the unjustified froth in equity market prices disappearing and the worrying consequences, are leaving investors and consumers with less money to spend. Increased pressure on disposable income is putting Americans in a tight spot. Consumers' disposable incomes rose in 2020 and 2021 as the COVID pandemic caused debt for stimulus checks and better benefits. But today, a lot of buyers who benefited from these programs are now defaulting on auto loans from 2020 and 2021. Auto sellers are reporting repossessed vehicles going to auction and the buyer's loan-to-value or LTV ratio is over 130%. However, that is a conservative estimate. Loan-to-value, LTV, is actually the loan amount versus the value of the actual vehicle. In short, we can put it this way. Buyers are defaulting on car loans of $26,000 in vehicles that are worth only $15,000. Wells Fargo, a financial services company, in its most recent earnings call reported a higher loss ratio from auto loans. To understand the whole concept of what we have discussed today, we'll use an example of a BMW. So a new BMW bought today at a considerable premium will hold only a fraction of its value in 5 years, as it will have already depreciated in line with its stickier value in a normalized price environment, and will not retain the exaggerated price at which it was bought. Simply put, a lot of people will lose a whole lot of money. According to many government officials, it might be negative for them, but this car market crash will at least help to bring the inflation they created themselves under control. It will be a breath of fresh air for consumers, they said. But for those who signed extended leases at expensive interest rates, the result will be quite unpleasant. In a note to clients last month, Goldman Sachs economists said they expect their vehicle prices to decline for consumers, highlighting that the car market is entering a severe recession and sales volumes and car prices are falling sharply, not only in America but all over the world. This has been the weirdest moment in history, where we have witnessed the value of cars shooting up by 88% in a span of just 3 years. It's quite safe to conclude that what's coming ahead of us will be very extraordinary and unpleasant to all of us. Yes, it will be a very huge collapse, and as we all know from our previous videos, we have talked about stocks falling, housing collapses, and now it's the vehicle industry already on the brink of collapse. We can eventually say that it is actually going to be a very big L for our economy if nothing accurate is done. So what are your suggestions on the same? As usual, don't forget to leave your comments down in the comment box below for us to go through. This marks the end of our video today, and we just hope that you enjoyed watching and got informed about today's topic. What about giving us a thumbs up? We will greatly appreciate of your great support to our work. For those who didn't subscribe to this channel, please do so that you can get informed about any of our newest uploads on economy news. Lastly, thank you for watching, and let's meet in our next video.